While touring Italy, our guide decided to surprise us by including a visit to the Florence American Cemetery and Memorial, one of two cemeteries granted by Italy for free use as a burial ground in perpetuity. It lies astride the Greve River and is framed by wooded hills. The U.S. 91st Infantry Division reached the Arno River, and Florence fell to the Allies in August 1944. The Florence Cemetery site was liberated by a division of the U.S. Fifth Army. The U.S. government erected a monument as a tribute to their sacrifices. The graves area of the cemetery includes 4,398 headstones of soldiers who fought and died in subsequent battles as the Army fought their way over the Apennine Mountains. Next to the monument was a wall of names and rank of 1,409 missing in action. Over 75% of the missing were U.S. Air Force personnel from various bomber squadrons. I wondered why the large number of missing were from the Air Force. A little research found many of these bomber squadrons were a part of the 15th Air Force Command located around the town of Foggia in southern Italy. A series of airstrips called the Amendello Air Base was home to the U.S. 15th Strategic Air Force since November 1943. Many of the missing in action belonged to squadrons at this airbase. Although the 8th Air Force Strategic Command in England received most of the news coverage, the 15th Air Force played an important role in the war. The 15th was able to reach Eastern Europe and vital Nazi oil refineries and airplane factories. The Amendello complex was a series of military airfields located within a 25-mile radius of Foggia. The air bases comprise of P-51 as well as B-17 and B-24 bombers. All were a part of the 15th Air Force. Scrolling through the names found Staff Sergeant Leonard Klapka from Ohio. He was with the 463rd, a B-17 bomber group out of Cologne. The 463rd supported ANZIO operations and missions to destroy German aircraft factories. Sergeant Victor Kuhn of Kansas was with the 460th, a B-24 group out of Spinazzola. B-24 Liberators inflicted considerable damage to aircraft assembly plants in Germany and Austria and to Ploesti oil refineries in Romania. But the missions were not without significant aircraft and crew losses. A plaque next to the memorial bore a poignant tribute for both Army and Air Force personnel who perished in battle. It read, "They faced the foe as they drew near him in the strength of their own manhood, and when the shock of battle came, they in a moment of time, at the climax of their lives, wrapped away with a world filled for their dying eyes, not with terror, but with glory." The 15th lost a total of 2,110 bombers in operations by 15 B-24 and 6 B-17 bombardment groups, while its 7 fighter groups claimed a total of 1,836 enemy aircraft destroyed. The 15th was inactivated in Italy, September 1945. Did their sacrifices make a difference in the war? Albert Speer, Hitler's Minister of Armaments, wrote in his book, Inside the Third Reich, "I could see omens of the war end almost every day in the blue southern sky when, flying provocatively low, the bombers of the American 15th Air Force crossed the Alps from their Italian bases to attack German industrial targets." Any American visiting the Tuscany area should take a short side trip to visit the cemetery. If you brought your children, it would be an excellent time to remind them of sacrifices made to keep us free.